Eric Bakker, the naturopath from New Zealand. Thanks for coming back to my channel. I wonder if you guys have had a good chance to have a good look at the channel, because now there are close to 2,000 videos on this channel. Isn't it crazy? 2,000 videos out of this one room over like a 6-7 year period. So let's get into this video. Now, what is the video? How long does it take for symptoms of Candida to show up? That's a great question. There's not any one simple answer for that one. Each case, when I was practicing, was different. But there are a lot of common threads, okay, that bind many cases together. Lots and lots of people came to me with Candida after they'd taken antibiotics. This is something that happened to me when my Candida spiraled out of control, and I took antibiotics for a chest infection when I was in my 20s. I was so sick. I really wanted to just take anything to make me feel better at that stage, but the antibiotics, they spiraled me down. It was just a really dark place I'd never wish anybody to be. So if you've taken a pharmaceutical, for example, like an antibiotic, the symptoms don't take that long to show up, okay? They could take a week or two, particularly after you've finished that course, say 7-10 day course. The symptoms can slowly ramp up. But the question is, what were your Candida levels before you took the antibiotic? Okay, what were they like? Because remember, antibiotics do nothing for yeast. Okay, in fact, they're made from bloody yeast. Antibiotics work on bacteria. They don't work on viruses or yeasts at all. Okay, unless they're an antifungal compound, right? Like fluconazole. Okay, the Zol drugs work on yeast, but doctors don't routinely give Zol drugs to people unless they've got a fungal infection, right? And then many doctors don't believe that you've got a fungal infection in the first place. So, all right. So antibiotics are a surefire sign when someone's taken them that they're going to likely end up with a yeast problem, ranging from mild to life-threatening. Okay, ranging from just a small itch on the skin somewhere up to being full-blown in intensive care with systemic Candida. So I've had many patients over the years pass away from Candida. It's quite a sad thing that happens. So in some cases, the symptoms can take weeks and weeks and months to slowly ramp up. This can happen, for example, with diabetics or people on certain types of medications. They can have a Candida and be so used to it, they're sort of trying to cope, but the Candida just slowly gets worse over time and worse and worse, to the point where they need a powerful antifungal to knock it back. So as you can see, there is no one simple answer to this question, how long do symptoms take to develop? Many people, for example, have got a yeast infection in the groin or around the feet or around the fingers. Now, those symptoms could have been sitting there, okay, for weeks or months before they started to really take off. So again, many people get a warning sign here and there. They get little flashes of discomfort. They get problems, but oftentimes they'll self-prescribe. They'll go to the pharmacy, the chemist, they'll take some drug or some pill, and they'll think they're good again, okay? To me, it's like a little bit of rust in a motor vehicle. If you get onto it really quick and fix that rust, it's not likely to spread beyond that one area. But the problem with many people is, with cars, they'll have a little bit of rust in many areas and they'll forget about it. And then when they do have the car up on the hoist, the mechanic will say, look, it's too late. It's completely riddled with rust. This car needs to be scrapped. Now, in my opinion, that's often what happens with cancer patients. Okay, many people start off feeling a little bit sick, but then things just progress. The diet's not so good, the stresses are high, Candida ramps up. Yeast infections have been picked now with so many cancer cases. In fact, many people with cancer who pass away are full and rampant with Candida. It's really sad to say that, but it's a known fact, okay? So that's my take on it for what it's worth. I can't give you a short answer to this. There is no short answer, all right? There are many different scenarios with it. Thanks for tuning in.